Hey everyone, bad video here today. It's a sad one for me, but I'm gonna be saying goodbye. You know, um, this is a bit of a bummer for me, to be honest. I've really enjoyed this game, for a while now. Uh, but sadly, you know, I I just I don't see things getting better. You know, I've been on the fence here for a while after a couple different things happened. I started making content, back in February, and it was pretty exciting. I was really happy to help the community, and I still am. And I think that's why it's kind of sad for me today to say this, but I just sadly I don't see the changes being made to the game that I was hoping for, or I think a lot of people were hoping for. We've been complaining about books for a long time. Um, we've been complaining about better rewards and better quality of life stuff. And I've seen some people say, that they've made a lot of good changes and things like that. And I think they have made some good changes. I'm not going to say it's all bad, for sure. But at the same time, I think people are still out of touch. The devs are still out of touch. They think what they're doing is kind of good. Helping out the community with more books. This whole update to Ruin of Gods. They added 20 more pages. I talked about this in my State of the Game to people that reach floor 11, and as you see here, only 4 guilds made it to stage 11. So they were the ones that got that guaranteed book or 20 more pages. So it doesn't help the community at all. It doesn't help the rest of the player base at all. In RTA, they added that one book to the season rewards. So that's them kind of adding more books. The big one for me, whenever I got the most upset, was this Hero Essence thing. How they said they were going to add more books to the shop, but what they did was, they made one legendary hero be worth 20% of a book. This really upset me back when, and I was just trying to stay positive about the game. I started making content and stuff and supplemented my my anger into helping, or at least what I saw as helping the community. But like everywhere that they've added these things has just been bad, in my opinion, and I think they think that it's good. These events, they have added those epic books to every single event where there isn't a legendary book in there. So they were thinking that this is good. It still has a lot of resources, and there's no way, outside of these events to get books. They don't have any kind of recall. They don't have a way to trial a hero to see if the books are worth it or not. I've seen, moderators in the Discord chat not too recently say that, books are the company's biggest revenue generator, right? And I think we knew that. I was talking about it in my state of the game. And it's just like, well, I understand that it's your biggest generator, but it's also the thing that frustrates people the most about this game is not having this available. So whenever you just sell things to them, like, that doesn't help the problem. So yeah, I just I think it's time for me to kind of walk away. As much as it sucks, I'm telling you, I've really enjoyed getting to know a lot of the people in my guild. A lot of these people are just really, really cool people. A lot of the community, I've had a lot of people say good things about my content and stuff like that, and that's been really cool. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys to support my channel. like this. I was kind of just doing it because I didn't see a whole lot of people making content, and I loved the game, so I was trying to, give some people enjoyment out of these things. But I continue to just have issues with a couple things. And now I'm kind of just rambling, but I'm sorry for this. It's just it's a weird video for me to make. As a content creator, we try and give feedback to people, and I've heard members of the ACE team say that they listen. I just haven't, to me, it's kind of like empty words. There's just no communication, and that's just really frustrating. This Haruna thing has been just a nightmare, We've asked for stuff early. They said, well, the character's not in the game yet, so we can't give it to you. And it's just like, okay, well, introduce the character earlier then. That's simple. Just introduce it earlier. I know it's not in the game, but put it into the game earlier, and then we can test this hero. But, to me, this does seem like a greedy ploy. It's like, well, we can't introduce this character because then people will say don't buy the Matrixes. At least that's what's going on in my mind. I don't know why else you couldn't just add the character early. I don't know how you introduce something if it's not done. So anyway, that's just one tangent. But yeah, the lack of communication to content creators, the lack of kind of urgency, to help us make content, whether it's some kind of sandbox tool, we've asked for that, a test server. I would love to show you guys all of these characters and what they can do at max potential, but it's been told to me that the developers don't have the time to do that, which is really annoying to hear a comment like that, because the developers don't have time to help us make content for the community and promote the game, and show whether something is viable or not, if it's useful to have this character ascended, if it's useful to have this character fully booked. That is so frustrating to hear, I let Boolin and Ace know that I was leaving the game, and Ace is on vacation, so she doesn't know yet, but Boolin just said, oh, that's sad, it's kind of a shock. And then that was it, and I feel like a lot of these content creators that make content for their game, I just don't think they appreciate their content creator program. That's my feeling. I'm not trying to throw shots at people, but the rewards that we kind of get are a little out of touch. I know some people don't like that content creators get rewards, which is a little odd to me. We take the time to go through this stuff and try and show you things, and take time out of our day to do that for you, but it just doesn't, people think that we should just do it for free or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I think the rewards are a little bit suboptimal. They think that we should be able to get a lot of views and stuff like that, and I've been making content, at least I've been trying to, every day, and even then my channel doesn't get a whole lot. It gets good views. I mean, like I said, I appreciate you guys, supporting my channel and everything like that. It's just the point is what they think that the community should be supporting versus what it actually is. Just is out of touch, and that seems to be the common thing here, is just out of touch. So I think that the game, I don't know if they can turn it around. Maybe they can. I know a lot of people are still having fun. A lot of people are really enjoying the game still, and that's awesome. It's just it's been on a steady decline for me. I've mentioned in the past, this Rift of Chaos stuff is just not fun for me. And the sad thing is as I mentioned in my State of the Game video, what's happening is I'm starting to get outpaced in other areas of the game that I like RTA. People, I think, do have better artifacts and stuff than I do. which is good. The fact that they grind and do that content is awesome. Good for them. And if they geared their heroes better than mine, that's awesome. But as I mentioned, like I just don't like this content, and for me to be forced to do the content so I can keep up in other areas is just that's kind of where I'm just done. It's just like I can't do this. I can't force myself to play this content. It's unbearable for me. It's unbearable. So yeah, that's one thing. And then another thing that has been on my mind and frustrating is how they do not have a pity on light and dark heroes. It's just all up to chance, which has been one of the more painstaking things for me in RTA, is playing people that have good heroes, and they can kind of just like brain dead pick stuff. And again, I'm sorry that I'm going on a tangent, but people can literally pick Desdemona, Shark Solandre, Vengeful Hassel, Holy Yolanda, Doomweaver Valyria, Holy Armor Virgil, all the time. That's all they need to do. That's all they need to pick, or Light Nick. That's all they would ever need to do, and they could win every single game. There's there's like no interaction. And that's kind of the bummer, is it's supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be, oh, this person drafted this, and it's now taken this completely out of it. So now you can't even, compete sometimes with people like that. And I know people complain all the time about, dirty LD abusers and stuff like that, which is funny. But, if you had those characters, you would use them, right? But whenever it's all down to luck and chance, without any kind of pity, I think is really, really unfortunate, because it would be cool if they had a pity for, these overpowered characters. And in the past, I think I used to be able to compete with some of these odds and end characters in the red, green, blue space. Like Kasim was a really cool pick for me, but we've even seen recently with the nerf to Afroni is they've said that, if a red, green, blue character is better than a light and dark character, they're going to nerf it. It's like, that's just like so absurd to me. It's like taking out the possibility of people that don't have the luck to pull all of those light and dark characters to not even be able to compete is just, I don't know, that's really unfortunate, and it makes me sad. The guild versus environment thing, I won't even touch on that. It doesn't matter. I'm hoping guild versus guild is really fun for a lot of you guys. I was going to try and stick around for that. I don't know how long it's going to take them. I think they're going to release a new kind of hero next month or whatever, seasonal hero. So you have something like that to look forward to, but we're just in the dark all the time as content creators. It's a bummer that we don't get a whole lot of info. A lot of people are asking us for things, and we just don't know. I think a lot of people think that the content creators have more information than what we do. Like as soon as someone knows something in the community, the content creators will then find out. So sometimes we don't. We find out later. So yeah, that's that. To all the content creators out there that are still making videos, like awesome, good job. The community needs you. They need you to make content because you're the ones that are keeping the game going. So good on you, to make that stuff for the community and try and keep them aware. And that's amazing. And, I hope things get better for you. I hope they treat you a little bit better. So that's basically all I got, guys. This is my last video. I will say, there's been people who have quit and they still play the game. Obviously, I've dwindled my gems down here. My gold is pretty low. The only thing that I have left is this 10K Stardust. So if people take screenshots of me, summoning or whatever, talking about me quitting and not really quitting. I'm just burning through these resources through the rest of these weeks here, and then I'm done. So you can make fun of me. You can pick on me. I will stay in the Discords and stuff like that because I think I've made some friends through this, but I'm definitely phasing this game out. I will not be making any more content on it, so if you're looking forward to that, I'm sorry. But I am done. So this is the last one for now. I don't know if I'll make content on other games, but unless something drastically happens, I'm just not coming back here. So I appreciate all. I'm so sorry that this is happening. I definitely didn't want it to be like this, but it is what it is. So I will not catch you on the next one. See ya.